Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different twists and turns, as well as surprises in this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about this film that a lot of people are really puzzled over is, of course, exactly how Emperor Palpatine is going to return in Episode 9. Now, these past 6 months, give or take, we have been going over different dream sequences and, of course, vision sequences of Emperor Palpatine. However, so far, nothing really suggesting of him coming back to life. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, a description of a rear shot of Kylo Ren with an ignited lightsaber, where it's described that he is in the middle of the foggy woods. Kylo is said to drop his helmet into the mud after taking it off upon examining a figure in the distance, walking toward Kylo. It's said that the laughter of Emperor Palpatine is audible to Kylo, where it's said that Kylo appears to be frightened, however standing his ground. The next goes over Palpatine in his traditional black robes, appearing and walking slowly toward where it's said that Palpatine appears to not be as frail and old as he was in the originals, however has a closer design to Episode 3. It's described to be a moment in which Palpatine is giving and telling a tale of his own grandfather. The next goes over Palpatine getting closer to Kylo, before the Emperor suddenly stops and stands in place, where Kylo is said to deliver dialogue back in question of who he is. The environment around Kylo is described to be murky and blurry. So, the thing that really stands out to me the most is how Emperor Palpatine is telling a tale, a story if you will, of Kylo Ren's grandfather, no other than Darth Vader himself. Now, I want to go over the environment. Now, the environment is explained to be based within the woods, on a trail, and specifically, the environment around Kylo is said to be blurry and murky. Could this suggest that this is in the form of a vision and or a dream? Or is this literally Emperor Palpatine resurrected in Episode 9 and coming back to life in full, in Episode 9 by JJ? Now, the thing that really brings me back to the teaser trailer about this actual environment is if you guys actually go ahead and check out the teaser trailer, you will note and will see that there is a sequence in which we do see Kylo Ren going through the woods, killing a Resistance fighter or whoever he really is with some stormtroopers in the background. So what's really going on in that scene in particular, and of course in this specific sequence involving both Kylo Ren and Emperor Palpatine? Now, I would like to say that the more realistic route obviously is that this is a dream and or a vision sequence in order for Kylo Ren to really learn a little bit more about who really turned his grandfather to the dark side. Maybe Kylo Ren is trying to find out new truths about his grandfather and exactly how he was able to stay in tune with the dark side of the Force up until Luke Skywalker pretty much, shifted him back to the light. So, Emperor Palpatine, we do know that he has a significant role in this movie. I must add that in case you guys did not know. It has been confirmed that Palpatine has a significant role in Star Wars Episode 9 in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be significant as far as appearances goes, or as far as him looming in the background goes. That's another big question for sure, but nonetheless, Palpatine is going to be significant, and even Kathleen Kennedy and JJ said that the laughter in the teaser will live up to the hype. So, I'm going to go ahead and cross my fingers that this is Palpatine back in the flesh and back alive and well, where he was able to clone his body and come back into the mortal world. So what's really intriguing to me, though, is that this particular sequence involves Kylo Ren with his ignited lightsaber. He feels frightened. He feels like he has to defend himself when he sees the figure of Emperor Palpatine in the distance, talking about Darth Vader and walking closer to Kylo Ren, giving him a lecture, if you will. Now, we also know that Palpatine's holocron will be used in this film for one specific sequence, so could it be that maybe the holocron has something to do with a vision of some kind, where Kylo is in the woods with Palpatine, giving him a lesson about the dark side? Very possible, absolutely. But one thing I will say is that I am very proud that Ian McDiarmid is back in Star Wars Episode 9. It's so surreal to the point where it's almost like we are reliving a moment when the original trilogy was, pretty much coming out and when the prequels are coming out. It's like the fans are just getting what they want with this movie so far from what we have been hearing and from what they have actually introduced in the teaser trailer and stuff like that. Now, the other thing that I must add is that we also know that Palpatine is going to be used, in a sense, in order to change Star Wars lore. And that could very well be yet another hint that they are going to add in the power of essence transfer under the Disney canon. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.